been almost like 3 weeks since we've done a normal week in my life vlog. I can't believe it. Happy to be back home, happy for the travels to be done because it was quite exhausting, but very thankful for all of it because it was so much fun. It's good to be back in routine, and honestly it was a nice little break because I was starting to get a little bit, I don't know, just restless in terms of my day-to-day. Traveling for 3 weeks really helped me to crave my day-to-day again. What's up? Welcome back everyone, or welcome if you're new. My name's Abby if you are new here, and I'm a lifestyle content creator. I typically upload twice a week here on YouTube. I'm a full-time content creator, and I have been a full-time content creator for 6 months now basically, which is so crazy to think about. It's a normal week back at home though, and I got back from Fredericksburg last Thursday and today's Tuesday. And this past weekend was honestly just like a very busy weekend for us in terms of just doing family things for like Father's Day, because all of my husband's siblings were in town, so we were kind of doing family stuff like every day, or at least I was. Griffin was studying, but I still hang out with the family, so I was busy with a lot of family stuff. We were playing pickleball on Saturday, went to breakfast, went to a Father's Day dinner, all that good stuff. Yesterday was like my first normal day back, and I should have vlogged yesterday, but I didn't really feel like I would get much content because I knew I'd be editing most of the day, which I was. I just caught up on laundry and was editing because I have a brand deal that's due for submission today, so I am going to go ahead and get that submitted this morning. Kind of wanted to give myself though the day to just get back into the swing of things and then pick up the vlog today. I'm about to update my doodle planner, just like my habit and mood tracker, which I did already update from when I was out of town and everything. I'm just going to update it for yesterday, and then I'm going to read a little bit of this book. Y'all know I've been reading this and I'm about halfway through it, and I kind of fell off reading it over the last like month and a half, I'd say. So yesterday, since it was my first day back in a normal routine, I was like, let's pick this habit back up of reading nonfiction in the morning. Even if I'm only reading like 5 pages, I just feel really good and I feel a lot more optimistic about my day. I feel a lot more motivated when I read nonfiction in the morning, just to like kick off the day. So gonna read a little bit of this, and then I'm actually gonna do the very last day of this devotional that I've had for like 5 years, which is terrible. You know, better finishing it now than never. So that's our little morning stack, if you will, for this morning. Honestly, don't have too much going on this week in terms of work. Most of what I had to get done was like a yesterday and today situation, and I got most of it done yesterday because today I actually have an interview at 12:30. I prepared for it yesterday in terms of like my questions I wanted to ask, because it's just like a phone screening interview, but I wanted to go ahead and have my video pretty much done editing yesterday, and then I have a few like smaller things I need to do for brands, so still want to go ahead and just get a good outline of the week. But I missed you guys, and I'm super excited that Blue Apron's sponsoring this video because it's definitely a huge help getting back from vacation. I think like the week you leave for vacation, the week you get back, it's so hard to meal plan and just have the energy to meal plan because you're, you know, trying to unpack, trying to pack, trying to catch up on laundry, trying to catch up on everything you missed while you were gone. So adding meal planning and everything and grocery shopping to your to-do list is just like the last thing you want to do. I got what we knew we needed grocery wise, but I'm letting Blue Apron take care of the rest when it comes to our dinners, and I think that they come tomorrow, so super excited for that. You. I'm trying to journal. Oh, okay. We didn't go to F45 this morning, and we actually like woke up for it, but Griffin didn't go to bed until like 11:30, so he was really tired and was like, I'm just gonna go back to sleep. And I wish I would have gone because I just feel more mentally awake when I work out, and I have this interview at 12:30, and I'm like, I should have gone this morning since I woke up instead of like trying to go back to sleep, because I really didn't go back to sleep, so I could feel more mentally awake. But at the same time, I'm trying to not have like such a conditional mindset with things. Like I feel like with interviews and like jobs and really just like a lot of things in life, I'm very conditional in my thinking. Like I remember when I was taking the CPA exam, I had to wear like the same thing for all my exams, kind of like a superstition almost. I felt like I had to eat the same breakfast and like have the same coffee each time before each exam. And then like now for interviews, like in the season of life where I've been doing interviews here and there, I kind of put in my head that I need to work out in order to do well, which that's not the case. Like, I can do well without working out. I think it's just a method of me trying to have a little bit of control in a situation where I feel a little uncomfortable, which is interviewing, and creating this false perception that I'm controlling the outcome of the interview by doing something that I told myself would make me do good, which is just like not the way it should be. I can do a good interview, I can do good work, all without doing those things. But I still wish I would have gone, because I do think I would feel a little bit more like up and at 'em, you know? But I've been so in my head the last like month and a half. And I just feel like I'm in such an in-between phase of life right now. It's this whole idea of like, what am I supposed to be doing? And I know I've always said, you know, like content creating full time is never going to be like my thing. But a part of me hates that I've like said that before, because I feel like I'm writing it off for myself without ever giving it a shot. And yes, it's what I've been doing for 6 months. But I feel as though my soul kind of yearns for more than what this offers in terms of just like fulfillment. And also monetarily speaking, my take-home pay is, after like taxes and setting aside what I need to for retirement as somebody who's self-employed, if you were to average out the last 6 months, I'm sitting at right about where I would be if I was working my full-time job. So like obviously much better off doing the content creating, because it's a fraction of the work for like the same pay technically. But the thing is that I've had some really amazing like 6-figure months, but then I don't get paid for any brand deals for like a month. So even though I have those really good months, I try to save as much of it as I can to kind of have that cushion to carry over into months where I'm not making as much. And I'm so thankful to be in a place where I can kind of be picky with my job search and just kind of apply to things that I truly want to apply to. And that's kind of what this position is. It's like a senior accountant position at a retail kind of like furniture company. If it's meant to be, it will be. And if it's not meant to be, then the doors will close, and just kind of trying to find peace in that. Because I just feel like I'm in such an in-between space where I feel like going back to a 9-to-5 doesn't make sense in most cases, but it's really gotten a lot slower the last 2 months. And it could just be like that right now, you know, like it could pick back up. I don't really know. But there's a part of me that's like, oh, it would be nice to have a job situation where, you know, it was like a true 9-to-5, remote or hybrid ideally, so that I don't have to like waste time commuting in a city as big and as congested as Houston, and save as much as I can, but also spend in the sense of like traveling. Because Griffin and I, once his exam's done, like we really would like to travel more and see more places before we start having kids down the road, like in the future. Not to say we won't travel when we have kids, but obviously it's more difficult. I just think that a lot of our travels as a couple, we've just been revisiting places, which is great and we love that. But there's like new places we want to go. But bottom line, I'm blessed that I'm even able to afford groceries and have a home in this economy. I hope that this doesn't come across wrong. Feel as though with doing content creating right now, the way it is, I'm happy. I just think that I want a little bit more fulfillment and a little bit more challenge, and that's the hard thing with content creating that I've been trying to navigate. Challenging yourself and your work is intrinsically done and intrinsically identified and set, whereas when you work like for somebody else for a job, the challenges are kind of outlined for you and they kind of naturally occur, whereas with social media, it's up to you to challenge yourself, and there's only like so many things you can do. And then I've been dealing with some very negative self-limiting beliefs in terms of just like me being on social media, get in this really deep rabbit hole of thinking, oh my gosh, there's just so many people who are doing what I do, and I tell myself that I have nothing to contribute and nothing of value to add to the content creator space. So then anytime I want to challenge myself and try new things and try new videos and try new content, I just immediately almost shut it down. And even though I have been doing it and I have been trying it, it doesn't usually perform well. Like it actually performs worse than my normal content that I am convincing myself is boring and like worthless basically. So then I just shut myself down when I do try to challenge myself in ways. That ended up being much longer of a talk than I anticipated, but I journaled a bunch yesterday because I was so in my head, and I wrote like 5 pages and I was just kind of like venting basically. And I just journaled some again too, just to kind of clear my head before this interview so that I didn't really feel like clouded or anything, but that's the update. On hanging up some laundry because I literally put away a huge mountain of laundry yesterday, but I was like, I don't have the energy to put everything away, fold it, and hang up the stuff that needs hung up in the same day. So I saved the hang up stuff for today. So I finished up doing that, and I've worked on getting my video done, exporting and uploading, and I just ordered my manager a birthday gift because her birthday's Saturday and I don't want to forget about it. I just made a yogurt bowl and it's like 11:30, so we've got like an hour until the interview. I'm gonna read through my resume because I haven't done an interview in like 2 months, so still feels like it's been a while, and this one is just like a phone screening like I said, so shouldn't be anything too crazy or technical. Of course I'm still nervous though, and I hate that because like it's literally not a big deal. One thing with interviews, which I would do this if it were like a Zoom interview and or in person or something, but since this is just a phone call, I'm not getting ready. And this morning I was like, I should put on like a cute outfit and do my makeup so that I feel good and everything, but that's just like another thing I struggle with. I don't have to do all of that in order to perform well, and I feel like me staying in my comfy clothes and just like no makeup is me not making it into a big deal, which will ultimately make me feel less stressed at the end of the day. So that's what we're going with today. I feel like I make it into a big deal if I get ready for it, put on makeup and everything, but if I'm just like, oh, just a casual phone call, it's fine, and just wear my comfy clothes, stay out of makeup, then I won't stress myself out over it. But I am gonna like just look through my resume and like common questions and everything and make sure I have questions I want to ask ready to go. Here's my comfy little interview outfit. Wearing my Skims boyfriend tee, of course, and my little airy yoga pants. And I took Ella on a long walk this morning since I didn't go to F45. I was like, let me at least get some movement in to wake my body up. That did feel good, and I wanted to be like comfortable for that too. Okay, I just got off the phone, and honestly the interview went really well. That's probably one of the better interviews I've had in my life. I thought that phone screening went even better than the one I had back in March or April. It was in March. I didn't know anything about salary because it just like wasn't posted on the LinkedIn job application. So I was able to get that information, like the benefits information. It would be such a big change from what I was doing at my former Big Four, just because one, like the size of the company, two, the work I'd be doing, it'd be like an in-house accounting position as opposed to like a tax person. So there's a lot of things that I don't have experience in, but I'm confident that I can like learn how to do and add to my skills, which is like what I was saying every time I was asked about something I had never done before. But if I move forward, I will have 3 more interviews. So that's kind of a lot. I've never been through a 4-step interview process. I think the most I've gone through is 3. So I actually may have one tomorrow or Thursday or Friday from what it sounds like. It sounds like the person that I would be talking to next that's like on the accounting team is going to be out of office. So they're wanting to like get the interview in ASAP. I'm gonna go walk Ella, and I think I'm gonna lay by the pool because it's actually supposed to rain the next 2 days and it's a little cloudy, and I really need to read my book that I'm reading right now for book club Thursday evening because I'm only halfway through it. So I still have like 250 pages to get through. As I said earlier in the video, with getting back from traveling, the last thing I wanted to add to my to-do list was planning meals for a whole week. So it was the perfect timing for us to get Blue Apron delivered. If you've been watching my videos for a while, then you already know how much we love Blue Apron. And if you don't know what Blue Apron is, Blue Apron provides easy meal kits to your door with quality ingredients. We love getting Blue Apron because it helps take the question of what's for dinner off the table, and it keeps dinners exciting because I tend to get in recipe ruts when I cook week after week after week and start making the same thing. So Blue Apron is really great for helping me get out of my comfort zone in the kitchen and helping both of us together try new flavors that we wouldn't have otherwise found or tried out if it wasn't for Blue Apron. We love that most of the recipes are designed to be ready in 35 minutes or less. Favorite thing about Blue Apron is the variety of options that you have within the meal selections. You can choose easy prep or no prep recipes, easy cleanup, or quick cook times. I know a lot of us are more out and about in the summer and we've got a lot of different things going on. So if you're looking for a way to maintain the habit of cooking and eating at home, but don't want to take a ton of time going to the grocery store and planning out your meals for the week, then let me tell you, Blue Apron is calling your name. You all can click the link down below in my description box to get 50% off the first 4 weeks of a new subscription, and y'all can thank me later once you try it for yourself and see how amazing Blue Apron is. Got curry and coconut crusted cod. I'm a huge fish girl and I don't normally go for curry type seasonings and that type of cuisine, but I love coconut, so I'm really excited that you'll be trying something new.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's really good.
Oh my gosh. The coconut like makes it perfect. Thank you so much to Blue Apron for sponsoring this portion of today's video. just walked to Ella and we had dinner earlier. The pool was great earlier. It did start raining after I was there for like an hour and a half, so came back in and showered and just threw on what I had on earlier because I was only on it for a couple hours this morning. What I'm reading is Haunting Asselin, which I know I mentioned in my June reset video that I would be reading it for my sister-in-law's book club, and it's so funny because I posted on my story that I was reading it for a book club and so many of y'all responded and you were like, girl, why are you reading that for a book club? Because it's a dark romance and it honestly has just like the most foul stuff in it. And I was just laughing because I was like, I probably should have disclosed that this is like my sister-in-law's book club, and it's not like a book club like the last one I went to where it was just a bunch of random people I didn't know, but it's with her and like her two or three best friends, so it's people I know. But I'm not typically a dark romance like thriller-esque reader, just because when I was working my full-time job especially, and just like when I was in college, I didn't like to read anything that gave me more anxiety and stress than I already had. But I feel like now I'm in a place where I can read a dark romance and not like have it affect me so much. All that to say, I need to finish it in the next 2 days, but I've honestly chopped away at like 30% of it in the last like 40 hours, so I'm flying through it now at this point. But I did feel like the first 25% was a little slow and annoying because it was just felt like the same thing over and over again kind of for the first 25%. But anyways, I also just found out my blood type because we went and donated blood on Sunday, like all of Griffin's family together on Father's Day actually at the MD Anderson like blood bank. And if you are able to donate blood, I will go ahead and say definitely do it if you can. Griffin's family has a close family friend that was recently diagnosed with cancer, and they were telling us how a lot of people who need blood transfusions right now at the hospital aren't able to get them because there isn't enough blood, which is so crazy and scary. So I had never given blood before, and I was honestly really scared because I'm definitely a fainter, and not because of needles and blood. I have no issue with needles, no issue with shots, no issues with blood at all. I'm just somebody who has fainted in the past just from other random things that I don't really know why, honestly. So I was just worried that it would make me really lightheaded and I would faint, but I felt good knowing that I would be with like family and I wasn't alone. Still a little bit bruised from it, you can see right here, but it all went really well and it was actually like a really great experience. I did want to say, just for anybody watching who has given blood before and maybe you just like aren't thinking about it, or if you never have and it's something you'd be willing to do, there is a need for it. So I'm gonna keep reading though, and Griffin actually is off work tomorrow for Juneteenth. I think we're gonna do a workout class in the morning though, and I definitely have some work I need to get done tomorrow, and I'll also be kind of waiting to see if I'll have another interview or not tomorrow or Thursday, so I'll definitely want to prepare for that if that's the case. Wednesday. It is currently almost 9 a.m. We went to 45 this morning with Griffin's parents, and we went to La La Land after, since Griffin's off work today. I had told him yesterday that I was planning on going to La La Land after our workout because I really wanted to try their rainbow latte, which I actually just saw in my memories that I got it like 2 years ago today, so I didn't realize I had tried it before, but I wanted to try it. It's like Fruity Pebbles on top with like cold foam, and we got it half sweet iced with oat milk, and it was really good. It was still really sweet though, and it's not like a drink I would order all the time if I was like going to La La Land all the time, but I love trying signature drinks at places like for holidays and stuff like that. It's just like one of the little small joys in life that I just eat up every single time. We also had breakfast there. I did the honey strawberry toast, and it's so crazy. I haven't been to La La Land since February, which is wild to me because I just used to go like all the time, I feel like, when we lived downtown. And it's so funny because I sit here and I say, oh, it's just like too far from us now, but I literally go farther when I go to Mama Cabola's, and y'all know I go there literally like every other week basically. So it's just funny to me that I'm like, it's too far, but it's literally closer to us than Mama Cabola's. I just had a video get approved to go live, but I haven't made the thumbnail yet. I just realized that because I submitted it last Wednesday while I was in Fredericksburg, but I never made the thumbnail. So I'm gonna make the thumbnail now, and it's my 10 healthy habits that changed my life video, and I worked really hard on it. So if you haven't seen it, definitely go watch it. But I'm gonna make the thumbnail for that, and then I have a couple of other things I need to respond to my manager about. An embarrassing amount of time earlier to make the thumbnail for my video, literally like an hour. I was trying to do something different and more complex for the thumbnail, and I ended up just thinking it looked too much basically. So then I ended up just doing something basic. I'm like, wow, I just wasted an hour. And then it took me like 2 hours to fill out this concept form for a brand for 2 separate reels I'm doing for them, but it was a very detailed and thorough concept form, because normally like brands will ask for your concept. For example, like once you know you're working with the brand, they may say, okay, what's your concept for this video? Basically just asking what's the plan for your content that's featuring our brand, what kind of video you're gonna do, like what the theme and the message is gonna be, all that good stuff. So a lot of times brands will just say, can you send over a concept, and you know, you just say whatever you want, and it could be as quick as one sentence. Like I plan to share this product from the brand in a week of my life video where I'm talking about XYZ. This one was like a full table with like a lot of details. Like I went ahead and had to put in like my text overlay that I was going to be having, inspiration, talk about like the setting of where I'm filming, all kinds of stuff. So it took quite some time for 2 different reels and a lot longer than I thought. But I did wash my hair, and I just brought some PR from downstairs. It's been sitting downstairs. I have these Too Faced cream contours. I have some Persona blushes, which I'm really excited. I want to try the sunset blush trend with these. And then this Youth to the People Superfood Skin Drip Serum, which I'm excited to try because I've heard good things about it. And also, I don't think I've shown y'all this shirt. Can't tell. It says Greetings from Florida. And it says, is one hell of a drug, which if you know, you know, from the Torch Poets department. Not even my favorite song from the album, like at all. Not even close, honestly. But as a Swiftie and a girl from Florida, I felt like I had to get it. And it's so comfy. It's a comfort color shirt, and I just loved like the design, the oranges and stuff. I saw it on TikTok a while ago and I bought it. This is the state of my Vanity situation right now. It's literally terrible. I'm going to put on some music and just work on cleaning this up, because it's been a mess since I got back in town, honestly, because I like unpacked things and just set them on the counter. And then I also had filmed a makeup video sitting down the other day, and that always makes things a mess when I film. So, but another thing that's been driving me crazy is on my hair wash day, I've been leaving like my products just out on the counter, and I hate doing that because I hate leaving stuff on the counter. I know it doesn't look like it, but my hair drawer is on the other side of the bathroom, and it's just like full because of like the different brushes I have and stuff. And I hate having to constantly pull like all 5 of the products I use now on my wash day out. And I debated getting like some little acrylic shelves to go on this wall. I had some back in college. It wouldn't be all my products, it would literally just be my wash day products, just to make it more functional. And I also hate that they just like accumulate hair and dust and stuff, so I'm kind of leaning against that. But what I think I might do is, since I typically am doing my hair in this mirror and like plug in my blow dryer over here and stuff, I think I might move my hair drawer to one of the other drawers over here, but I need to clean out one of them and then like swap it. And also my PR drawers is like full of makeup products that I've yet to try and everything. So I need to go through it honestly and clean it out, and anything that I just like don't really see myself using, I'm going to take a bag to book club tomorrow night and see if any of the girls there just like want any of this stuff. So I've gone through like this whole drawer right here in the front. Eyeshadow palettes, lip products, and mascaras, eyeliners, all that good stuff in this drawer, which used to have the hardest time shutting it, and now it's shut so smoothly, which is great. Still need to clean off the top, but I've been kind of using the counter as I've been cleaning things out. I just emptied this drawer, which pretty much just had a bunch of like self-tanning and some bulkier products for backup. And I'm gonna move all my hair products to this drawer, move all that stuff to the other side. Cleaned out and organized this drawer, which this is pretty much like all PR that I haven't opened yet that I plan to use like in videos or try out. I'm also keeping my lashes in here that I do have, and then this little mat thing of my extra brushes I'm just kind of laying in here because I don't know where else to put it and it fits in here. And then in here I've got skin tints, foundation, cream blushes and bronzers, powder blushes and bronzers, powders. I tried to organize it and kind of keep things grouped, so I have like concealers and skin tints right here, foundations and some more concealers over here, and primers. But I don't buy a lot of this stuff. I very thankfully get to receive a lot of it in PR. This bag was about half full, but I just filled it up to the top with stuff that I can take to book club tomorrow and the girls can go through it. We did it. That took so long. It definitely took some breaks, but all the drawers have been sorted through for the most part. I got my hair drawer switched and I went through the drawers that I felt like needed to be sorted through. Sometimes I just throw PR in my drawers though, and maybe it's something that's like for oily skin, for example, or it's just like not my shade or a shade that looks good on me. And then I realize, okay, why am I holding on to this? I need to just donate it or give it to a friend. So feels good to finally have gone through all of that and to have this counter cleared off now. About to die, so I need to be quick, but I did just finish Haunting Adeline and I literally don't know how I feel. Part of me like loved the book, but part of me also just like absolutely loathed it. So where does that put me in a star rating? I don't really know, because I feel like 3 stars might be too low, because overall, I mean, like I was going through the book quickly and it wasn't like I was loathing reading it. It was, I mean, once I got, I'd say like 30% into it, I was pretty hooked. Like I wanted to keep reading it and see what was happening, but I will say the first 30%, it felt like the same thing over and over again. And I was like, come on, give me something here. It's considered a dark romance. And I have some friends who like read dark romance more regularly, and they say that this is like not even really scraping the surface of dark romance. And if that's the case, I'm scared. There were things in this book that like didn't really faze me, but then there were like some things that I was just like, that's just absolutely wild. Definitely check trigger warnings before reading it, because there are so freaking many that you need to look through. I had this book on my TBR for a while just because I think I maybe saw something about it like on TikTok a long time ago and put it on my TBR and never really reached for it, but I had never really heard much about it outside of seeing like that one TikTok of somebody saying it was a good book. So I went into it a little bit blind. I didn't really like read the about or anything, so that really was a lot, just jumping into the book and being like, oh my gosh, what's going on? But it's about this girl who's an author, and she is trying to kind of like uncover the murder case that was unsolved of her great grandmother. And it's a dual POV, and it follows this guy as well who is trying to bust sex trafficking rings and put an end to sex trafficking, but he's got some issues himself, even though he is a hero in that sense. The spice in it was intense. The spice was a lot better towards the end for reasons I won't say. If you know, you know. But yeah, I have no idea how I feel about the book, and I'm really interested to see how like everyone feels about it tonight at book club, because I just think it's probably a pretty polarizing book if I had to guess. I also didn't update y'all that I did finish Heartless from the Chestnut Spring series by Elsie Silver. I finished that book maybe like 2 weeks ago. I think it was maybe on my way home from Seattle when I was flying that I finished it. And it took me a little bit longer to get through it compared to the first book, just because of all the traveling I was doing. And I wish I would have read it more quickly, because I think that I would have loved it even more. Not to say I didn't love it, because I loved it. I gave it 5 stars. It was so good. I love small town single dad romance like that, and adding that it's a Western romance on top of those tropes, oh my gosh, it's like everything I could want and more in a book. So I absolutely loved it, and I loved Willa's character, and I'm really excited to finish out the series. And I'm also really excited to read Wild Love by Elsie Silver, which I think is the start of another series she's doing, because my mom said that's like her favorite book by her. So I'm excited. I definitely liked Heartless more than Powerless, which I think was the first book, because as y'all know, I tried to read Powerless last year, didn't finish it, and picked it back up this year. And I'm so glad I picked it back up, because now I do realize that I love the books. And I will say, if you read the Rebel Blue Ranch series by Lila Sage from me talking about it, that was my first go around with Western romance, were those books. And I feel like normally people read Elsie Silver and then Lila Sage, but I kind of did it backwards. And Lila Sage's books are really, really good. They're a lot shorter than Elsie Silver, so you kind of can read them super quickly and get through them. I don't like how Elsie Silver is really repetitive with certain like words and phrases, like the term blowing raspberries for like letting out a huff of air. I hate that so much. It bothers me, and she uses it so much in her writing. Lila Sage didn't really do that. The only thing she repetitively uses is like the pet names and for the characters. But I feel like Elsie Silver's books just go a little bit deeper on a character level. But whereas Lila Sage's, the characters you did get on a deep level with, but the books were just a lot quicker, so you didn't really feel like you got as attached to the characters, I'd say, as you probably do with Elsie Silver's books. But loved that book, and now I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to read next, because Haunting Adeline just ended on a huge cliffhanger, and it's making me want to figure out what happens next. But I also don't really know if I want to jump right into that next book, or if I want to read something else, cleanse my palate a little bit, and then dive back into it. But I feel like that might be hard to do, so I don't know. Find out that the book club attire for tonight's comfy, so when I come home I may change into just like more yoga pant like pants, but honestly these are literally so comfy, so honestly probably more comfortable than the yoga pants I would change into, because they're not like compressive. But these cargos are from Garage last year. I'm sure they still sell them. I love them so much. I completely forgot I had them. I got on this Fits Everybody tee from Skims. This is in the lilac color. I really like it for summer. We're gonna go run some errands. I've got to return this Nuuly, drop off some thank you notes in the mail for some vendors and some last minute wedding gifts that we got, and I'm going to run to the nail salon and get my dip taken off and just get like a regular manicure so I can do press-ons here at home, so I can get back to saving money on nails, since I've gotten them done 3 times over the last 3 months. And then I've got to run in Target and pick up some things for a brand deal that I'm shooting, and I also have a Target gift card, so I may end up browsing a little bit while I'm in there, maybe get a physical book. I'm going to try not to get anything that I don't totally like really want or really need, so I don't just like blow the gift card on silly stuff. Finally Friday. My energy levels are literally like completely depleted at this point. It's so crazy. I was thinking about this while I was showering. Prior to being in sync with my cycle and understanding how my body feels and how my energy levels feel, how I mentally feel, emotionally feel, leading up to my period and the week of my period, I really didn't know how to listen to my body, and I was just powering through and pushing through. You know, if I felt tired or my energy levels felt low, my mindset was very much one of too bad, so sad, gotta keep pushing through, no matter the cost. That was just kind of the way I lived life. As y'all know, I got off of birth control though like over 3 years ago, and I'd say in the last year and a half, I have become so in tune with my body and my energy levels, and my Aura Ring has really helped me kind of get a better understanding of when those days actually are versus, oh, I just didn't get enough sleep, or I ate too late before going to bed, so I just feel a little bit more lethargic today. I can pinpoint the days a lot better now where my body is truly crying out for help for me to rest and slow down versus, oh, I did something to myself because of where my hormones are at and what part of my cycle I'm in. But now that I know that and I'm listening to myself, you know, I will realize that my body is feeling like extremely exhausted, and maybe I had like all these plans to like film all these things and edit a bunch and clean the house and just have plans for like a super productive day. I'll like totally scratch like cleaning off the to-do list, and I end up pushing it to another day, and I feel like I've become a lot more of a procrastinator now that I listen to my body, which is good because I don't need to be like overexerting and pushing myself when my body is like truly needing that rest. A part of me just misses my ignorance though, when I just like didn't even realize that I needed the rest, where I was just pushing through and being productive regardless, because now I almost get annoyed at myself because I'm like, dang it, my body needs to rest today, but I'm gonna do it. I just know I need to get a bunch of stuff done. But I'm about a week out from my period, and this is like when I'm in the trenches basically. And of course I didn't listen to my body, and last night didn't get home till like 11:30 almost from book club, which was so much fun. And then woke up at 6 this morning to go to F45 with Griffin and his parents and 2 of his sisters, which I just didn't want to miss out on going with all of them. And I also just like wanted to go because I actually really like Friday classes. I should have just let myself sleep because I didn't go to bed probably until like 12 or 12:15. So 12:15 to 6 a.m. nowhere near enough sleep for this point in my cycle, especially because I didn't get a lot of sleep the night before either. So I'm just feeling quite tired today. And F45 this morning was just very taxing on my body. So I'm just feeling really tired. But right now I'm watching Jenna, and I was taking care of some emails that I needed to do. I'm about to update my to-do list though, because I do, like I said, I do have some work I need to do this weekend, but I am happy because the 2 reels and the Instagram story said I was gonna be filming this weekend. It's now pushed from being due on Monday to Wednesday next week because the brand won't have approved the concept in time. And I told my manager, I was like, look, I'm not gonna take the time to shoot all of this content this weekend if they haven't approved the concepts I sent to them by the end of the day today, because I don't want to have to like reshoot everything if they end up not liking the concepts I sent over. With my luck, that would happen. So now I'm excited because I can focus on that next Monday and Tuesday, because I have a lot of other smaller things I need to get done today, and I want to get through all of my rough cuts for this video. But book club was so much fun last night. It's just always so fun to do because you get to like hear everyone's different perspectives, and it was so great spending time with Katie. We had like an hour road trip there and back. Got a lot of time with her, and if y'all don't watch her on YouTube, you totally should. I love her so much. My sister-in-law like decorated everything like on theme with the book. So since we read Haunting Adeline, she had like a bunch of like fake roses out, and then she did little like name cards with ripped up pages from a book with like our names on them, which was so cute. And then we kind of like talked about like questions through the book. 3 o'clock, and I just took like a 15-minute power nap, but I need to finish filming a brand integration for something and get ready because I think we're leaving here at like 5. So I think that gives me enough time. I at least know what I'm wearing though. But I did realize I've been working on editing this video, and I realized I forgot to give an update with just like my interview and everything the other day. And since the person I'd be interviewing with is going on vacation tomorrow, and now my interview is on July 8th, so I've got 2 weeks until that one. I have applied to like several other positions too, so maybe that'll give some time to hear back from those, so we will see. I'm going to do my hair half up though. I think it's definitely like super frizzy, but I think the underneath part is fine for the most part, so I'm gonna do half up and slick back the top half. I wanted to show you all how I do my slick back because I did get some DMs when I posted a picture on my story the other day when I was wearing it like this. But I start off with Eco Gel that you can just get in the tub, and I kind of just work this just on the roots of where I'm going to be pulling my hair back, and then I use the tail end of a comb, just like a really thin thing that you can use to kind of part your hair. It doesn't have to be a comb, but anything really thin to part your hair with, to kind of get the section above my ears. And then I use my Tangle Teezer regular brush to sort of just brush the sides straight back, and then I kind of brush the tops more at an angle and then the middle part back. But the big thing is just leaving your middle part at the front of your head open, but repeatedly brushing to the side on your sides, like going straight back, and then kind of more on the top of your head, going a little bit more at an angle and going back. But I like to use one of these boar bristle brushes to really smooth it out, because that really gets a lot of the bumps that the regular brush can't get out. And then I like to dampen my hair with my little aerosol spray bottle, because this just helps with this Got2b gel, because this gel is so intense. But I just put this where my flyaways typically are, all around where I slicked my hair back to begin with. And then we're good to go. And I don't use little baby elastics because I have way too much hair. So I use a regular elastic for the ponytail.